first of all, we really need to have this discussion because a video has come up in which the child goes on to completely destroy the entire house, and the hardworking mother just completely breaks down. This is not about Bharat, you see, it is a scene from some other home in some other country. But the mother refused to give him the mobile phone, and the child went and destroyed the entire house in a complete fit of rage. The child, in a fit of anger, destroyed the whole house, and the mother is now saying that there has been a total loss of $70,000. And what exactly had the mother done? She had simply taken the phone back from him because he was misbehaving. Just that one small thing. Now, you will find that if someone were to diagnose this situation, they would come up and say all sorts of different things. Okay, fine, maybe the child should have been given the phone, etc., right? But what we really need to understand is that at a macro level, the problem is actually much, much bigger. It is not just about giving or taking a mobile phone here. The real point here is this: has proper fathering actually happened or not? Because over in the West, we are seeing so many of these cases now where, specifically in cases involving single mothers, their children are the ones who are turning out to be criminals. Why? Because there is no father, or who the father is unknown, or there have been so many divorces that the mother and that child have just grown up all alone, only with the mother. So these types of cases that are now appearing in Western countries, well, this disease is now slowly spreading into the tier 1 cities of Bharat, that I can do absolutely everything, I am an empowered woman, I am going to break the glass ceiling. These women, the ones who break the glass ceiling, who feel that they can completely replace men, I mean, what is their purpose then, really? And in this, it is not just their fault over the last 30 years. In the West and in Bharat, just about everywhere, the content being shown has also been such that the father has absolutely no role in the house except for paying the bills. So the father, first of all, he does not even begin to understand that a thing called fathering actually exists. And secondly, if that poor guy even tries to do something, he is forcefully told by others, hey, no, you should just leave it be. You already come home after working for 10 hours. What could you possibly know about the house anyway? So please do not interfere. So in many homes in the West, it is also happening that the woman is making all the decisions about the children by herself. And who is it that has to suffer for this? It will be the very people who end up with these children in a future marriage. They are the ones who will suffer. With this kind of 100% mothering and absolutely zero fathering that has taken place, whoever is the one that ends up marrying a boy or a girl like this in the future, the trouble will start right there, and by that time you will not realize how much damage has already been done. So in a house where there is no husband present, or there is no father, or there is a father but he simply does not have time, and there are fathers just paying bills, they do not know what fathering is and they do not know how to do it, or if they do know, they are trying to, but no one respects him, and on top of that is stopping him from fathering. Or there are families where the woman has completely removed all the relatives from the father's side from their lives. The sum total of all of this results in that in those types of boys and girls, very specific types of mental illnesses are found, which their future husband and wife will only come to understand once they are married. Until then, they will not get what went wrong. So from fathering, at a minimum, one definitely gets to learn the basic life skills. And as far as the question of decision making comes up, especially market related decision making, for instance, the decision to get married, the decision to buy a property, the decision to change a city, the decision for an admission, all these big life and finance related major decisions. In all of these major decisions, if the father is absent, or the father does not understand that he is supposed to provide inputs, with such families there is a very high probability of things going wrong as they move forward. Such boys will not understand finance, they will not understand career paths, they can turn out to be simpletons, they can turn out to be criminals. Both extreme ends are possible. He can turn out to be a total fool or a total criminal type. That can happen to a boy. And if it is a girl, she will turn out to be the type of person where she will absolutely never be able to trust any man, no matter how much he does for her. So for those whose father is absent, that fathering portion is missing, serious mental illnesses are found in those children, which their future husbands and wives will have to endure. So this is a clear case that we saw in this video, that there is a small child, he is completely out of control and he is totally unable to manage his own anger, because the father is the one who is the first policeman of the house and of society. So those who have not been fathered, those boys, those young boys who later grow up, even they do not understand at what point they need to stop being angry, when to stop physical aggression. This is something boys whose fathers are not there will not understand. Either they are not there or are absent, or they just do not know what fathering is, whatever. And the daughters who grow up like this, they will not understand when to initiate aggression. They will either be aggressive all the time or cannot be aggressive at all, one of the two. So it is a very problematic situation. So for those of you who do not understand, by the time a child reaches the age of 6, it is 90% mothering, but after the age of 6, the father's role becomes 90%. This is especially true in all the major life decisions. And I have personally seen so many marriages where the boy or the girl is someone for whom fathering has been absent. The chances of their marriages failing are as high as 90%. 90. Because what is a father figure? What is a male figure? They have no idea. So they do not know the duties. If they do not know the duties, then obviously the person they marry is going to have a problem. It is the exact same situation for those girls who end up getting divorced because the poor husband is doing absolutely everything, but that girl is simply unable to trust him because her father was absent. So divorce cases like these have also been found to exist. So this is more or less the entire point I'm trying to make about fathering. Men will have to understand that if for 10 hours you are only going to be collecting cash, then the terrible consequences of that will be faced by your children's future husbands and wives. That is right. So you should never ever marry into a family where the fathering has been completely absent. They are a very dangerous type of people who can turn out to have unstable minds. Okay. And in the West, there is clear data from America that shows that the maximum percentage of criminals are children who come from fatherless families. The data in America shows this very clearly.